Okay. So the third time you went out to eat.
So Rob lived in my apartment complex. We went out once on a date after I had him and his brother over for dinner. The second time, it was bumping up to New Year's Eve. So they had planned to go up to King of Prussia to one of the hotels up there. And we really had a nice New Year's Eve, celebration with magnums of champagne. I had to go to work at 7 o'clock the next morning and work until 4 or 7 to 3, whatever. And then he asked me out again. But I knew he wasn't my type, and I'm just like, I said, okay. And then he says, almost at the end of the date, I'm sitting next to him in the car, and he said, I wanted to ask you out again, but I don't think that's going to be the case. He said, because there's a ghost in this car. Meaning, I had just broken up with
Gotcha.
Well, I hadn't. It was 6 months.
Okay.
It had been 6 months.
Okay.
So.
And then how'd you meet Dad?
Yeah, well, when I did the shift for 30th Street, because I was tired of working at the airport, and he was working second shift, so there was like a 2-hour overlap, and he used to stand behind the Hertz counter, but he wasn't saying anything. And so I talked to him first, because Sharon, really, really cute girl, single, she said, so she knew she had low seniority, so when I bumped her, she couldn't be mad. I said, I let her know ahead of time, I'm going to bid for the 30th Street. And she loved it there. She loved it. She said, everybody's so nice. All the policemen come up and talk to you. They bring you coffee. They bring you donuts. And then my first experience, the second day I worked there, was Jack Steffen standing behind me saying, zilch, nothing. So I just said to him, don't you talk? And I didn't even look at him when I said it, because here's my counter, and he's behind like that. That's where he used to stand to watch all the person actors and all the bad guys. And I don't know, then he took a notice, I guess, and we talked a little bit, and then he asked me, what time do you get off work? And I said, 5 o'clock on the dot. My train comes at 5:04. So he got there before 5 o'clock with 3 dozen red roses. A big box from Flower World was in 30th Street. So he just going over there and he said, can you pack up 3 dozen? And I asked him, why 3 dozen? He said, because I wanted to ensure that you would go out with me. I wanted to ask you out to dinner, So what does my mom do? Oh, first of all, I never got a seat on that 5:04 train. So I'm like juggling this big box of 36 roses, And I get home, and I know how to take the trolley. Then I get home, and my mom's like, what's that? And I said, I just met this guy today. And he went to Flower World in the 30th Street station. He's a policeman, and he got me roses. He told me there's 3 dozen. She said, oh, really? She opens the box, and she's putting them in a vase. She's counting every one. She goes, yeah, there's 36 roses there.
Mom counted everyone.
Yeah, she was like that.